Agent Orange was a powerful mixture of chemicals used by the United States military during the Vietnam War as a herbicide to kill all the plants that would provide cover for Viet Cong fighters. The U.S. program of defoliation, also known as Operation Ranch Hand, dropped 19 million gallons of herbicides over 4.5 million acres in Vietnam. Soldiers applied the herbicide by plane, boat, and foot, often without any protective gear. Agent Orange contained the chemical dioxin, which is the most effective herbicide in the herbicide mixtures. Studies say that dioxin has been shown to be highly toxic, even in minute doses, and has been proven to be a carcinogen. Along with the massive environmental impact of Agent Orange, the nation of Vietnam has reported some 400,000 people were killed or injured to the exposure of this herbicide. It was later found out that the herbicide causes serious health issues including tumors, birth defects, rashes, and cancer among the returning U.S. soldiers and their families, as well as the Vietnamese population. 500,000 children have been born with serious birth defects in Vietnam, and around 2 million people are suffering with cancer or other illnesses because of Agent Orange.
Shortly after we were married, my wife got pregnant, and we were excited beyond words to have our first child. And then, after only 7 months of term, she came early. She was premature, and it was very obvious at that point that she had several birth defects. Hello?
Hiện nay thì tại làng Hòa Bình này thì có khoảng 50 em là nạn nhân chất độc da cam thế hệ thứ 2 và thứ 3, chứ không phải là những em bị nhiễm trực tiếp. Bố mẹ, ông bà, các em bị nhiễm và di truyền cho các em. Và các em hiện nay thì đang được nuôi dưỡng tại làng Hòa Bình là khoảng 50 em. Trong số những em này thì có nhiều loại khuyết tật khác nhau, và những khuyết tật này có thể nói là thuộc loại là khuyết tật lạ trên thế giới. Vì những khuyết tật mà do chất độc da cam thì Các nước mà không bị rải chất độc da cam thì hầu như không có.
There are millions of people in Vietnam disabled by wartime poisons. Most of them cannot cope without help from others. The care of these disabled people is a major challenge to Vietnam. It has been said to slow down the economic development of the whole country. VAVA, the Vietnam Association of Victims of Agent Orange, was established long ago to support the victims. Its dozens of local cells organize health and recreational services for disabled children and young people. This nationwide organization for Agent Orange victims also raises funds for the sick and disabled. Tens of millions of dollars are used every year to support disabled people of all ages. Innumerable people need help, so the individual sums are not very high. The money comes mainly from the Vietnamese government and foreign charity organizations. The support by the former enemy, the US government, or the toxin manufacturers, has been skimpy. These hearing-impaired victims of wartime poison in Hue complement their income by making utensils out of recycled materials.
Những nạn nhân chất độc da cam ở Việt Nam thì như ngọn đàn, không biết tắt lúc nào. Riêng tại thành phố Đà Nẵng chúng tôi, trong năm nay chết 17 người. Như vậy, nếu như mà không kịp thời, không nhanh chóng ủng hộ họ.
Questions regarding Agent Orange arose in the United States after an increasing number of Vietnam veterans and their families began to get afflictions like cancer and leukemia.
Dozens of Vietnam veterans gathered here in Candler on Saturday, saying not only did Agent Orange ruin their health, but also the health of their family members.
I have an Agent Orange leukemia. My daughter, Sarah, has multiple sclerosis. We think that this right now, Agent Orange, could be 4 generations deep.
Veterans and family members came to this town hall meeting on AB Tech's Inca campus to talk about a toxic chemical of war. Agent Orange was a defoliant sprayed across the jungles of Southeast Asia to kill thick vegetation where the enemy was hiding. Spider Trantum is president of Asheville's chapter of Vietnam Veterans of America. He says decades after the end of the war, families suffer a health threat brought back home.
We thought we were the only ones to be troubled by the war, so we now find out that our children and our grandchildren are suffering from this disease.
Sarah Minnick was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 1997. Harold Minnick is a Vietnam veteran who first thought his daughter's condition was just bad luck. That was until 2008 when Harold was diagnosed with leukemia.
By going to see a cancer specialist, they confirmed with all their testing that it is a leukemia, and a type of leukemia that I have is on the list of Agent Orange diseases.
There is a push underway involving 2 bills in Congress. The legislation would provide money for research, but also for expanded medical treatment. Harold Minnick says the federal government has offered him help, but nothing for Sarah.
My exposure, her disease, her daughter could be affected. I mean, there's no time frame, there's no time limit.
Americans all over started to protest and demand that the government pay all their health bills that were linked to Agent Orange. Protesters went after Monsanto, one of the 9 companies that produced Agent Orange, but also protested against the other producers as well. In 2004, a group of Vietnamese citizens filed a lawsuit against more than 30 million chemical companies. This suit, which sought out billions of dollars, claimed that Agent Orange left a legacy of health issues and violated many war laws. The U.S. court in 2005 rejected the final appeal.